special teams come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, we must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball, we going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option, that mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, we must protect this house.
Yeah, must protect this house. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is our final Friday night Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. Got some football tonight for you. Round 4 of the playoffs are tonight here in North Carolina. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. All the schools are getting ready to battle it out in the state tonight to see who moves on to the championship. But Calvin, when is the championship? It's next Saturday? Next Saturday, the 14th. Yep. That's exactly when it will be. So the teams tonight are hoping that they can continue their season a little bit later into December. I know that's something that we'll be looking forward to as well. We've got an opportunity to have multiple teams, 2 of the teams from the area tonight as they're battling it out to see who will go to championship Saturday, next Saturday. I'm Hunter Yancey. I'm the only one in here right now. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to wave to you guys and say hello. Thank you for watching. I kind of have to filibuster here. I'm not going to have all of the information that Terry might have, and Shannon would be in here tonight, but Shannon is dealing with a little bit of an illness. I'm not sure if he will show up, but if he does, I'll be looking forward to when both of them walk in. I'm going to go over the KTC broadcasting schedule for tonight, December 6th. Of course, you're listening to right now the Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. That would be Terry Reinhardt, myself, and Shannon. At 7 o'clock, we've got the Burns Bulldogs and the Shelby Golden Lions. Now, that's a simulcast. We're going to have on the listen. You can listen to this on WLON 1050 AM 107.5 and watch it on WLON's YouTube channel. That's going to be Tom and Matt. They will be the ones bringing you that for Burns. And then on the Watch Shelby Golden Lions YouTube channel or on WOHS 1390 AM 101.5 FM, Brent and Jeff are going to be bringing you that as well. So there are multiple ways that you can listen to the Burns and Shelby matchup tonight, as well as, what is this, watching you? Okay. Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic. Just someone let me know that they're watching me while at a Circle K, Calvin. You know, I'm everywhere. I'm just everywhere tonight. But Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic will also be matching up. You can watch that on Kings Mountain's YouTube channel. So those are 7 o'clock kickoffs. And then at 8 o'clock, we have a treat for you. Some people forget, even though football is running a little bit later into the year with high school football, high school basketball starting up. So we're going to have a basketball matchup for you. You can listen to that on WLON 1050 AM, 107.5 FM, WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, as the West Lincoln Rebels travel down here to play against, just right up the road, the Cherryville Ironmen. So if you're in the area and you want to check that out, go down there and check out a good basketball game tonight, but also listen to the football games in the area. You can go there and put in your headphones and listen to the football games we'll be bringing to you. And then at 10 o'clock until midnight, we have the Renato Auto Mall post-game show. You guys can call in for questions when that happens. So we're going to have a packed show for you when we can. I'll go over the matchups tonight as Shannon is walking in. Hey, Shannon, how are you today? I'm pretty good. So in the 1A East Regional Championship. Oh, I'm sorry. For the Burns, it's on the not WLON YouTube channel. It should be on the Burns YouTube channel. We got to fix that. I've just been updated on that. But anyways, on the 1A East Regional Championship, North Edgecombe, they will be facing Northampton High School. That's a 2 seed versus 4 seed. That's in the East. In the 1A West Regional Championship, it is Robbinsville versus Thomas Jefferson. That's another team from our area that we at least keep up with and cover. That is Thomas Jefferson. So look at them there in the regional championship here in the West in the 1A. In the 1AA East Regional Championship, it is Tarboro versus number 2 John A. Holmes High School. That's a 1 versus 2 matchup. And that's going to be the same here in the 1AA West Regional, as number 1 East Surrey High School will be facing against number 2 Mitchell. Now we get to the 2 Single A East Regional Championship. Clinton High School, that's the 1 seed, will be facing. And then in the 2A West Regional Championship, Reedsville High School and West Stokes. That's a 2 versus 4 matchup. In the 2AA East Regional Championship, Randleman High School, that's a 1 seed, will be facing the 7 seed Salisbury High School. And then the game here in the area that everybody wants to go and see tonight, I can only imagine what's going to be like out there. Should be packed.
Yeah, it'll be packed.
2AA West Regional Championship at Shelby High School. Number 1 Shelby versus number 6 Burns. That's going to be a fantastic game. If you can in the area, go out there. And if you want to watch the game, again, that's the same thing I would say do at the West Lincoln Cherryville basketball game. Go out to Shelby, watch the game, but put your headphones in and listen to our broadcast. In the 3 Single A East Regional Championship, Southern Nash High School, that's a 1 seed, will be facing 3 seed Eastern Alamance High School. In the 3A West Regional Championship, another game that we'll be covering, another team that's hoping to continue their season into next Saturday, Kings Mountain. They will be traveling to face Charlotte Catholic. That's a 5 seed versus a 10 seed. It's a rematch of the West Regional Championship last year. Charlotte Catholic came out on top in that game. I was there covering that game. In the 3AA East Regional Championship, number 1 Lee County will be hosting number 2 New Hanover. In the 3AA West Regional, Weddington and Watauga. It's a 1 and a 2 matchup there. Now we get to the 4s. 4A East Regional Championship, Cardinal Gibbons, that's the 4 seed, will be hosting the 6 seed Scotland County. And in the 4A West Regional, Grimsley High School, it's number 1, and East Forsyth at the number 2. And then the 4AA East Regional matchups, Wake Forest High School, that's 1 versus Leesville Road High School, that's number 2. In the 4AA West Regional Championship, Richmond Senior High will be facing Zebulon B. Vance High School. So we got a lot of matchups in the area tonight. Really around the state tonight, and they're all key marquee matchups. Like I said, everybody is trying to get on to make it to next Saturday to go and play at one of the universities for the state championship. High school football is coming to an end, and even though high school football is coming to an end, we still have, not only are these games being played, conference championships are being played this weekend at the college level. So a bunch of football is going to be played this, next Saturday. I'm sorry, conference championship is this Saturday. They timed that perfect.
They did.
They timed that just perfectly. So next week, that's when the high schools will be playing. So, high school football has come to an end. Everybody has had a great year so far. Congratulations to all the teams that have made it this far. Which one of these matchups, not named Shelby and Burns tonight, do you think is going to be probably the funnest to watch?
I think you go down to the 4AA. I think Richmond County, or Richmond Senior versus Vance. I think that's going to be a because I don't think Vance was expected to be there, number one.
Mm-hmm.
But Vance didn't they beat Mallard Creek?
Mm-hmm.
And then, no. Yeah, they beat Mallard Creek, and then Richmond beat Myers Park.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two big schools in Charlotte. So these two teams now, they're going to be fighting it out. It's going to be a dogfight. That'll be a great game down in Richmond County.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good one to watch. And of course, the Shelby-Burns matchup is going to be one everybody keeps their eye on tonight, especially in the area. Another one that I'm pretty excited to kind of keep my eye on is going to be the East Surrey-Mitchell matchup in the 1AA West Regional Championship. I think that'll be one. That you really got to keep an eye on there as well. So Shannon has joined me. I was up here by myself for a little bit, Shannon. I was afraid that I was going to have to do this whole show by myself.
Yeah, I know you was kind of nervous.
I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know if the people really wanted to hear what I had to say. You know, I mean, I'm usually in here moderating between you and Terry, and then giving my little tidbits. But Terry's supposed to. He got caught up getting our Mitchum's Kitchen. It gives me a good opportunity to say thank you, Mitchum's Kitchen, being tonight's food sponsor. Northbrook's finest in food, Carol and Robin Mitchum. Hours Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catering services available as well. Dine in or carry out, Highway 27 and 274 Vale, North Carolina. Also check them out on Facebook. 276-115. Calvin, are we ready to take a commercial break?
No.
Are you wanting to jump in here with us?
Well, no. but we got somebody that does. We got Dennis Davis on the line. Dennis.
Oh, okay. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, Hunter, what's going on, my man?
Oh, nothing much. Just sitting here with Shannon. We're looking over some of the matchups tonight, trying to see which one of these really excites us the most, not named Burns and Shelby.
Well, if you are interested in Burns and Shelby, I just got here, and I'll tell you what, the parking lots are already about full.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're planning on coming, you better hustle on. The side lot over there above the softball and the practice fields has got a few spots in it. Around the stadium and everything, it's as full as I've ever seen it coming to the games at this time of the day. I haven't looked at the lots on the other side over there, but anyway, if you're planning on coming to the game, better hustle on.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. Here it is, only 5:45 kickoffs, not till 7. And are you thinking we're going to have a lot of people probably parked in the roads and across the streets walking to the game?
I would say that McDonald's and Burger King are going to be full tonight. They may not be buying burgers, but I got a feeling there'll be some parking there. But if you're planning on coming, I just don't want you to think, I can get there about 6:30 or 7 and get my usual parking space. That's not going to be the case tonight. This is going to be a tremendous crowd, great amount of interest. Of course, you got two Cleveland County rivals going at it. You got a great game. You guys are going to talk about it later. And then after it's all over, on the Ronaldo postgame show, we'll break it down for you with Tom Cinefani and Steve guys that call in and give us their take on the game.
Hey, Dennis, let me ask you something. Your knowledge of Cleveland County football, is this we passed this question around through a text message. I don't think you were involved with that, but has this ever happened in Cleveland County where two teams face each other to go to the state championship game?
Not to my knowledge. No two teams in the county have ever faced off at this level before. Yeah. And this is the first time. So if you're planning on coming, I think that's why the big crowd tonight. Get on out here. As we used to say, and I stole this from Lewis Carpenter years ago, it's going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh yeah, it'll be a great ball game. You got a lot of good athletes on both teams, a lot of good coaches, and just a rivalry for it. It's going to bring everybody out.
Well, the good news out of this, Shannon, is either Shelby or Burns is going to play for a state championship next weekend.
Exactly.
That's going to be a great reflection on Cleveland County football. And good luck to the Mountaineers down there at a tough opponent of Charlotte Catholic. Been down there a couple of times. We managed to beat them back a few years ago with the Crest Chargers. But you come out of there so beat up and banged up that we left the state championship on the field down there that night because of the toughness of the game and the toughness of the opponents. So my hat's off. Best luck for the Kings Mountain Mountaineers tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Dennis, for calling in. Everybody, tune in again to the Ronaldo Auto Mall post-game show. You can hear Dennis and the gang as they break down the matchups tonight. And I know everybody in Cleveland County, if you are not able to go to the game or listen to the broadcast, you definitely want to hear about the Burns and Shelby game. Again, thanks, Dennis. All right, and I want to say as well, a big thank you to tonight's video sponsors, the Burns game, or the Burns Bulldogs and the Shelby Golden Lions will be on video, as well as the Kings Mountain Charlotte Catholic game will be on video. Big thank you to Robbie Morgan, a funeral home and cremation service of Boiling Springs, being the video sponsor for tonight's Burns and Shelby matchup, and the Kings Mountain game. That'll be Brinkley Financial Service and Flooring of America, both in Kings Mountain. Those are going to be some of the video sponsors for tonight. I want to say a big thank you to them. So we went over those matchups, and with that, we are going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll start our breakdown of all the games that are happening tonight in the regional championship matchups. You are listening to KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price, with names like the Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
You mow to make money, so Bobcat keeps the checks adding up. Bigger AirFX high vacuum decks? Check. Transport speeds up to 19 miles per hour? Check. Industry-leading mow with confidence 6-year warranties? Check. The next generation of Bobcat mowers is engineered to keep you unstoppable, so you can grow your business and stay true to your nature. Fiercely independent.
This area's Bobcat dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North at the 27 intersection west in Vale.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
Your auto owner's insurance agency is Maxwell Hamrick Insurance Agency in Bowling Springs, Shelby, and Spindale. Online at mbhamrickins.com. Gamble's Auto Service at 104 South DeKalb Street at Uptown Shelby is your one-stop service center for repair work on your auto. Locally owned and operated since 1980, they offer light and medium automotive repair on all types of vehicles. Bill Gamble and his friendly staff can do state inspections, minor engine repair work, brakes, air conditioning, and heating service, timing belts, tune-ups, and oil changes, and lubrication. And now Gamble sells new and used tires. Stop by and let Gamble's Auto Service take care of your automotive repairs and servicing. That's Gamble's Auto Service, 104 South DeKalb Street, Uptown Shelby. Call 704-487-5079. It's a very cherry Whoville and Christmas on Main Street this Friday, December 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. in downtown Cherryville. Come visit Santa, enjoy Who food and food trucks, see the Grinch, Who electric hay rides, and the Who Express, plus games, activities, and more, including the Little Miss Merry Christmas pageant, and downtown merchants will be open. That's Friday, December 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. Whoville and Christmas on Main Street, downtown Cherryville. The best got even better. We're talking about the free breakfast with your stay at the Hampton Inn on Remount Road in Gastonia. Just added to their hot breakfast bar, smoothies, fresh cut fruit, and flavored waffles. It's a treat for the kids and adults. All complimentary with your stay at the Hampton Inn in Gastonia. Plus get free Wi-Fi too. So plan your stay now at the Hampton Inn, located at 1859 Remount Road in Gastonia. For reservations, call 704-866-9090. That's the Hampton Inn in Gastonia. Now's the time to buy your new Kubota from Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Right now, pay zero money down. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months. Come on in now for all the details. All for good on the Kubota BX Series, the Kubota B Series, the Kubota L Series, and the Kubota MX Series tractors. Again, zero money down and 0% APR financing for 60 months. Get your new Kubota today at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Now through December 15th, get up to $1,500 in instant rebates with the purchase of qualifying American Standard equipment from Bill Schubert Heating and Air in Shelby. But that's not all. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months. Come on in or call for all the details at 704-484-0025. Again, up to $1,500 in instant rebates on qualifying American Standard equipment and special 0% financing up to 72 months. Bill Schubert Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby. Online at BillSchubertHVAC.com. Christmas is a time for kids, and once again this year, Renato Automall in Shelby is working to make this Christmas a little brighter for the underprivileged kids in our area with their annual Christmas toy drive. Now through December 14th, you are invited to bring a new unwrapped Christmas toy and drop it off. For Toys for Tots, drop it off at Renato Honda, and for the Salvation Army, drop it off at Renato Kia. Better yet, drop a toy off at both locations. Help make this Christmas a little brighter during the annual toy drive at Renato Honda and Renato Kia, both at Renato Automall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Beats by Alex J. Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team.
And welcome back, Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. Terry, I'm glad that you could join us tonight. Also glad Shannon could join us tonight. Now I don't have to sit here and almost filibuster the whole time. Kind of fill time. Yeah, here's the thing though, Terry. I hate to inform you, this is the last Friday night for this year.
Last Friday night?
Last Friday night for this year.
You're kidding.
I know it hurts your little heart. I know it's tough on you. But we'll get through it,
Yeah.
We'll get through it. I think you get to look forward to the West Lincoln Rebels playing basketball tonight.
Yeah, they play up here at Cherryville. That's not going to be no easy task whatsoever is all I'm going to say.
So, unfortunately, I know your West Lincoln Rebels football season is over, but now we get to usher in basketball season.
Yeah, great 2 years, these past 2 years for West Lincoln. They broke all kind of records that were up against them. Third round of the playoffs, first time ever, 10-win season. Hey, when you start talking about Shelby, they do it every year.
Yeah. It almost gets kind of boring.
Yeah, well,
except for Cleveland County and Shelby fans.
There you go. And I'm glad I was listening to Dennis call in a minute ago because I'm not saying to hit a little knock on the back of the head, but West Lincoln said they had more people there than Shelby had when they played each other. So, but you don't get me wrong, West Lincoln does. They support their team no matter whether they're winning or losing or where they're going. So I am glad that place over there now is getting filled up.
Yeah,
with a lot of people, and it's a big game. And it should be full. They should be no place left. They should be standing around the fences.
I think
down there tonight. That's how big that game is.
I think they will. And I had to let Dennis go just so we could start getting to the commercial break. But I was gonna ask him, and I guess I'll just ask both of you now. Is the biggest game in Cleveland County history?
I would probably say yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was getting at a while ago. When's the last time? And we passed this through a text message this week. Last time these two teams from Cleveland County played to go to a state championship game, and this is it. This is the biggest
and this
game.
means a lot. Number one, you've played before, but now you're playing again. And remember, at the start of the year, we even said then in here that this could be a Western Finals in the 2A, and it's come down to it. And and I'm not got nothing against Burns. I hope the best for both of them teams up there. But it's tough once you get beat by one. It's tough to come back and beat that team the next time. Yeah. Most of the time, the team that won the first time usually wins the second time.
Well, I'll tell you what. You look at the playoffs last year though in the NFL. Baltimore had beaten the Chargers in the regular season, and then they met in the playoffs, and the Chargers, they went out there and imposed their will. So, sometimes now you've seen them once during the season. You know what they're wanting to run. Get a little bit of film from what they did last week. So you never know. Burns has got as big of a shot as anybody in this game that I think Shelby has played so far in this tournament as well. But I don't know. It's tougher at Shelby. I think that atmosphere itself makes it tougher.
Coach Ponder, he was at Burns, and that's when Beam was there, and then he went to Newton, and Beam was over there, and then he come to West Lincoln, and he told me the other day, he says this is the best Shelby team that he's ever faced. He said they're skilled in every position. He said on offense and defense, he says you're not going to find one weakness in anything that they do.
I was there. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
And very few guys go both ways, if any.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have one, but
they
it's
always
not
stay
many.
fresh.
Yeah.
They always got fresh legs whenever it's time for offense and defense. I guess the next question now is, you think they got enough hot dogs?
Well, they better. If not, buddy, you should have ordered a few more.
That's what I'm saying. You think they got enough hot dogs?
I know a group from our church. They were tailgating before the game too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's excitement down there.
It's almost like It's almost like a college game tonight.
Yeah.
There's gonna be that kind of atmosphere. I know Dennis was saying they were probably gonna park across the street at like the Burger King and McDonald's. They might just walk across the street for some food if they run out down there tonight. So let's not think they won't have any business across the street.
Think about this too. You look at the success Shelby has had, and I don't mean to harp on this game, but Burns, the last time they've been in this deep in the playoffs and have a shot was 94.
Yeah, 94
when they won the championship, when they went down to Forest Hill. So I think that with so much excitement that has built up in the upper part of the county, now you're going to see a ton of people there from Burns. Yeah, they'll have more than Shelby. I guarantee you they'll have. I mean, the whole upper part of the county is empty.
Yeah,
it's went down to Shelby. So it's going to be it's a great atmosphere for those kids to play in.
Yes.
Great atmosphere.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yes. Got a question
exciting
for you real quick, Terry. I asked Shannon this a second ago when we went to break. Not named the Burns-Shelby matchup. Which one of these matchups tonight are you most excited to keep up with?
Out of the ones that's left up here, probably if I had to pick another one, I would probably go down there. This would be tough. I wouldn't. My deal is, can Watauga come off the mountain and compete with Weddington? I don't think they can.
Yeah.
Weddington's very good. It's about like playing Charlotte Catholic. You got to go through there. Them guys don't make mistakes. And, and that hurts a lot of teams. If you turn the ball over once, then all of a sudden you're behind. Next thing you know, it's all of a sudden 14 behind, and there's no way to catch them because they're not just going to give the ball back to you. But as far as the other ones, Richmond Senior and Vance, I heard y'all talking about that one. Richmond Senior's back on the square again. That's a very big place out of one little county, and every one of them kids go to Richmond County, so be careful there. They used to be one of the dominant teams in the 4AA or 4A bracket back in the old days. But some of the other ones, I guess, you really want to see what Robbinsville and Thomas Jefferson can do. There's another game there from around our area. It's going to be tough. Robbinsville beat Thomas Jefferson last year, to put them out of it. So can you do it again this year?
That's a good segue, bringing up Thomas Jefferson. I want to go over so far the What's Up Shopper Power Poll. Power Poll, we always talk about it usually on Saturday mornings. I thought I'd just go ahead and break it out now. You get points for wins, and for losses, you get points taken away. It's a fairly simple concept. We're only going to do the top 10 because most of these made the playoffs. In the 10th spot so far as of today, we have Chase. The 9th spot, Maiden. The 8th spot, the West Lincoln Rebels. The 7th spot, North Lincoln. The 6th spot, Crest. And the 5th spot, Hunter Huss. Now we come to the top 4, and these teams are still in the playoffs. And 2 of them are playing each other tonight. So this is going to shake up the power poll just a little bit more as well.
What place was West Lincoln?
West Lincoln was 8th.
And
they
who's
finished
ahead of
8th. North Lincoln, Crest, and Hunter Huss.
How'd Crest finish ahead of them?
Conference
Come
championship,
on
maybe.
now. Here we go again. There's something wrong with this poll.
Something's rotten in the state of
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
I know that,
This-
Dennis, if you're listening, I'm saying there's something wrong with this poll.
Look, Terry, and you're not one to always say that.
Yeah.
You're not one because you're like me who understands it's just a points-based system. You congratulate wins and you
week before we did, then you shouldn't have made it in
you
front
congratulate wins and you congratulate losses. I mean, it's none of this strength of schedule or nonsense. It's just, hey, you win, you get points. If you lose, you take them away.
Okay.
But now we'll go to the top four. Two of them play tonight, so this will switch it up. And fourth spot, I'm glad you brought him up, Thomas Jefferson. Some people forget about Thomas Jefferson, the team that we follow in the area. They are, in fact, still alive tonight. They're in the fourth spot. The third spot is Burns, and the 2 spot is Shelby. So those two are going to battle it out. They'll flip-flop at some point. And then number 1 is Kings Mountain. This is all off PowerPoints. Kings Mountain has the benefit of the doubt because they have played a lot of 3A schools, making them able to get 3A points. So, again, that is the What's Up Shopper poll right now, 1 through 4, still alive. You want to see it?
Well, I got a feeling that thing's got to be wrong.
Oh, it's got to be wrong.
If it goes by the board over here, West Lincoln's 6th.
I don't know about that. This is what's been left. This is what has been left for me by Kevin. Now, I know some of that.
Void on this one and put it on his desk.
Okay. Void. Yeah. Hey, it might. You know what? It might be wrong. It might be wrong. We might have to go from that one. But as of right now, what I have in my hand is this one.
Okay.
Regardless, the top 4 are still alive. I just wanted to get to that. So when people say, hey, they talk about that's kind of a baloney type thing, well, the top 4 are still alive.
Yeah,
so
they sure are.
It's playing out how it is. Thomas Jefferson, Burns, Shelby, and Kings Mountain. Okay. So let's get to it, gentlemen. Let's go ahead. We're gonna just go down. We're gonna go from 1 to 4s. Well, take that back. We're gonna go from 1s. Yeah, we'll go from 1 to 4s, but we won't cover our main games until last. So we're gonna start with North Edgecombe High School in the 1A East Regional facing up against Northampton High School. I don't know how much either one of you know about both of these schools as of this year. I know they're from the East, but I'm going to go to Terry and say, Terry, does the 4 seed come out over the 2 seed, or is it just set in stone?
Well, North Edgecombe is very good. They're year in, year out. And I'm just going to go straight to this one as a pick because I don't think Northampton can play with them. And I'm going to say moving North Edgecombe on into the championship next week. They've been there. They've done that. Mm-hmm. And I've got North Edgecombe winning this one 24-14 over Northampton.
Yeah, North Edgecombe. I mean, there's a lot to be said. We talked about it just now. Playing at home, I think that's I think that's a big deal this late in the season. So both of them's 10-3, but I agree. I think North Edgecombe wins. I'm going to say 28-14.
28-14. Okay. Now we'll go to the 1A West Regional. This is one that Terry said he's really interested in seeing how it comes out. Robbinsville and Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy. I'm going to go to you in a second, Terry. I'm going to let Shannon speak just a little bit on this matchup.
All right. So Robbinsville, that's up near Graham County, up there in the the outer parts of North Carolina, near the Tennessee line. First of all, you got to travel up there. Mm-hmm. But what I think Thomas Jefferson, what they're going to have to do is play mistake-free football. I think they'll have better athletes. I think they'll be quicker, but they probably had better athletes and were quicker last year. I think Robbinsville is like one of those teams, like a Murphy, like a Catholic. You don't want to go in there and make a mistake because they're not going to make many, if any. So as much as I think Thomas Jefferson, as great a season they have had, I think they're going to run into a buzzsaw tonight. And I think Robbinsville's going to just keep moseying on. I had them defeating Thomas Jefferson, and I'm going to say it's going to be 28-7. I think they're going to shut them down completely.
Yeah, and I'm going to go along with you. Robbinsville comes in. The last poll was they's number 4 in the 1A. But they're very strong. They're playing at home. They're 11-time state champion. Their 39th appearance. They're 66-27 in the playoffs. Going against Thomas Jefferson, their 7th appearance. They're 7-6. Coach Cash has got these guys playing well. They've got 8 shutouts on the year, and that is fantastic for the defensive wise. But this is a tall order to ask here, and Robbinsville beat them last year. And until you can get over the hump, we always talk about that through the years when you're playing somebody, getting over that hump. This is one you got to get over, and I got a feeling they're going to come up a little short. I got Robbinsville going to win this game right here 24-10.
Okay, looks like, unfortunately, some of our predictions are showing that Thomas Jefferson's season might end tonight, but who knows? Who knows? It's playoff time. It's when all the teams have got to play their best, and I can't agree more with. This is not the time to have mistakes. Huh. This is time for you to play mistake-free football, or at least limit the mistakes that you do have.
Didn't he teach at Robbinsville at one time, or was?
Dennis has probably taught at every school in the counties of North Carolina.
I remember him saying something about Robbins. It may not have been him. But I don't know.
So now we'll go to the 1AA East Regional Championship, a team that Terry likes to talk about in Terry's tidbits. If you would have been here on time, Terry, we could have gone to your tidbits. I know.
We'll get them at the end.
We'll get them at the end. We'll probably have time, more than likely. But Tarboro High School in the East Regional Championship against John A. Holmes High School. What you got to say about Tarboro?
Yeah, well, this is one of those games. You got the number 1 and number 3 teams in the 1A bracket. Tarboro comes in there at home playing Eden and Holmes, who is 12-0. Tarboro 13-0. Tarboro in their 36th appearance, 70-28 all time in the playoffs. Very tough to beat them there, and they got the longest winning streak in North Carolina at 42 games. They're number 3 in the national poll at 42 games, but this will be tough, and I don't think that Eden and Holmes can have enough for them, and I got Tarboro rolling. I got a feeling, I mean, you come in 12-0, but I don't think you've ever played a team like Tarboro, and Tarboro's going to win this one 42-21.
Yeah, I think, both of these teams, like you said, Holmes, they're 12-0, Tarboro's 13-0, and, they've had great seasons, but something's got to break.
Yeah.
And, as you said, the success Tarboro's had and the streak that they're on as far as winning games and stuff. So I think I agree with you. I think they're playing at home. I think Holmes will come in. It'll be a tough game. Yeah, I agree with that. It'll be physical. I think it'll be closer, though. I'm going to say like a 35-24 type game, but Tarboro, I think they'll prevail.
I want to mention one other thing about this thing, guys, is we are here tonight coming into the finals of the Western and Eastern. 7 of the 8 state champions are still in it from last year. The only ones that's out was Murphy from last year into 1A when Robbinsville beat them. But into all the other brackets, your defending state champions are still playing. So, we could have a bunch of repeats if they get through tonight.
Yeah, hey, everybody, that's the goal. Once one ends, you have your short little week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks to celebrate, and then you got to get back to work because we got to defend it next year. That's what a lot of teams look.
Yeah,
Fun fact for a lot of people that didn't know this: Todd Gurley played at Tarboro High School.
He is, and Tarboro is the defending champion in the 1AA.
And now, who Tarboro might possibly have to face if they win their matchup in the 1AA West Regional, the East Surrey High School and the Mitchell High School. It's a 1 and 2 matchup. Got this matchup. I know this is exciting for the Lohman family. For East Surrey, Trent, I've said it a couple times, Trent is a former teacher of mine. He was the coach at Bandy's while I was there. His father coached before he took over later into my years there at Bandy's. So, Shannon, does East Surrey come out on top against Mitchell?
Yeah, I do. I think they do because Mitchell, they come from that conference like Polk County, Mountain Heritage, and I think Mitchell was one of those. If you look at their games, if I remember correctly, they were always close. They didn't really have many blowouts, and so they knew how to finish. Let's put it that way. But East Surrey, they were here last year, if I'm not mistaken, weren't they? Last year, didn't they have like 5 losses, and they had got some kids hurt at the beginning of the year. Then they got them back. I'm thinking that's.
I know they made a run last year.
They made a run.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and they had like an odd record. Like, wow, why are they still playing? But so East Surrey, I think playing at home, I think they're going to win. And I think building from last year to this year, I think they will easily dispose of Mitchell High School. And I say it's going to be a 35-14 game.
And it's a thing that we look at. We all took North Edgecombe, we all took Robbinsville, now we all took Tarboro, and now we're all looking at East Surrey, and they all playing at home. It's big, but these teams that are playing home have been there. They've done that year after year after year. This is number 2 East Surrey against number 6 Mitchell. Mitchell again 12-1, East Surrey 13-0. For Mitchell, it's their 20th appearance. They're 22-19 all time in playoffs. East Surrey comes in at 23-32. their 33rd appearance. But I think this will be a tall order. East Surrey, very strong. I think they're well coached now up there, and I've got them winning at home also. I got East Surrey 31, Mitchell 21.
Okay. We've just now finished the 1A and 1AA matchups. So let's go now. We'll do the 2A matchups and the East 2AA matchups. We won't talk about the West yet because we'll save that one for later on in our show. So now we're going to go to the 2 Single A East Regional Championship matchup. That's going to be Clinton High School and Northeastern High School. What do you think about this one, Terry?
Well, this is one that you go back into like the middle of the 2000 to 2010, around 2005 era. Clinton played Lincoln for a state title down there. They got a lot of good athletes. They come in as the 6th-ranked team in the 2A against a Northeastern team who has been very strong lately out of, the East. But, again, I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to say that the Clinton's going to be good enough. I know when Lincoln had to play them in 2005, I thought, hey, no problem. Lincoln had got enough athletes, but Clinton matched up athlete for athlete with them that night and defeated them. A close game, but Lincoln had come out short. And I'm going to take Clinton to win in the East to go on to another state championship. Clinton 38, Northeastern 21.
And I was at that game because Shelby played right after that Lincoln-Clinton game. Clinton had a big running back. I remember Lincoln couldn't stop him, and that was the demise of Lincoln. But, yeah, this is the one where I'm going with the away team. I think that, as good as Clinton has been, you got a team like Northeastern. If I'm not mistaken, they're like one of these. They're a small school, but they're very athletic. They're like, and it's just they have athletes everywhere. And I think they'll come into Clinton tonight and give Clinton all they want, and will defeat them. And I'm gonna say Northeastern will win. I'm gonna say 21-10 over Clinton.
Oh, so a little bit of a contradiction there. It's very rare that we have that. But with that, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Witherspoon Insurance pregame show here on KDCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the top 30 country hits in the USA with my co-host Thomas Rhett, who's about to be a dad for the 3rd time.
Yeah, it is wild, man. The Lord works in very mysterious ways, and it's pretty awesome, and I'm really excited to be a father of 3 girls.
That's Thomas Rhett this week on Country Countdown USA.
Country Countdown USA, Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Kings Mountain's Home for Christmas Parade is Saturday, December 7th at 3 p.m. in downtown Kings Mountain. This special parade features over 100 entries, including Santa Claus himself, and country music recording artist and Kings Mountain native Jimmy Wayne will serve as Grand Marshal. After the parade, Kings Mountain will host Home for Christmas celebration with Santa's Workshop, a downtown holiday market, winter wonderland, fantasy light show, and Christmas lights at Patriots Park. Home for Christmas celebration also runs December 14th and 21st, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Don't miss Home for Christmas in Kings Mountain.
Do you have low or fluctuating water pressure? Maybe your pump runs continuously. Is your electric bill too high? Or maybe you even have dirty water. If you have any of those issues, then you need to call the Well Doctor for a free inspection. That number is 704-909-9258. The Well Doctor is the best of the best winner and features 24-hour emergency service with a 5-star rating and accredited by the Better Business Bureau. And best of all, free estimates. Call the Well Doctor, family owned and operated. Again, that number is 704-909-9258 for the Well Doctor. Online at welldoctor.biz. Since 1990, Bradley Sports has been this area's top supplier of custom screen printing, embroidery, team uniforms, athletic apparel, equipment, trophies, signs, banners, and magnets. Plus, they can also do vehicle lettering too. They are your one-stop shop. And now's the time to get your team letter jackets, and they are now your Adidas team dealer. Order your letter jackets for Christmas now. Bradley Sports, online at bradleyinc.com, or drop by their store at 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 on Friday, and 9 to 1 on Saturday. That's Bradley Sports. The kickoff sales event is underway at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. The selection is absolutely unbelievable. No matter what you're looking for, you'll find it at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. See their selection of trucks, vans, and SUVs, plus Mercedes, BMWs, Hondas, Cadillacs, Chevrolets, Nissans, Fords, and more. They have a vehicle for every need, and financing is available. Check them out at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Become one of their satisfied customers today. Only at srautosales.com. Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday specials from Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. On Tuesdays, it's the Alaskan Whitefish with all the trimmings for just $6.99. On Wednesdays, it's Low Country Broil with all the trimmings for $9.99. And on Thursday, it's an 8-ounce hamburger steak with peppers, onions, or mushroom gravy, choice of potato, slaw, and hush puppies for only $6.99. Specials good from 4 to 8 p.m. at Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road, Kings Mountain. As you decorate this holiday season, focus on creating holiday memories that will last a lifetime. Come into Holly's Flowers and experience a traditional and non-traditional array of holiday decor and gifts. Holly's carries garlands, wreaths, topiaries, lanterns, angel wings, tree ornaments, and many more items that will spark your memories of Christmas past. Come shop at Holly's Flowers and let them help you bring back the memories. Holly's Flowers, 109 East Graham Street in Uptown Shelby. Call 704-487-1220. Here's the news. Blanton Cars in Shelby has moved. They have moved to their East Lot location at 1711 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Blanton Cars in Shelby is your original buy here, pay here dealership. Make your payments online by calling 704-481-0500 or check out their inventory at BlantonCars.com. Buy here, pay here at your original buy here, pay here dealer. That's Blanton Cars. Now at one location, 1711 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
You hear them pads going clack, 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 clack. You hear them clicks going 704 beats by Alex J. Yeah. First and 10.
And we're back. Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last one of this season. Now, I know. I can hear everybody crying about it.
Even Calvin's crying.
Even Calvin's crying.
I'm telling you.
I know.
I think he's crying more about Dallas losing. But anyway, this is high school football.
No, Terry. We want to open this bag of worms.
Well, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Terry, you want to open this bag of worms? I thought we'd talk about that tomorrow, but I guess we could talk about it tonight. Did you sleep good last night?
Let's go on.
Okay, I'll just ask, did you sleep good last night?
Yes.
Did you?
I did.
There you go. Well,
I said nothing new. Same thing.
What's so bad is I didn't even watch the game, and I kind of figured what was going to happen. I didn't. I did not. I tuned in for like 2 plays and said, yep, that's about what I thought it was going to be. So now we need to go on to we just did the 2 Single A East Regional Championship. We must do now the 2A West Regional Championship. Household name, Reedsville High School, will be taking on West Stokes High School. This is a number 2 versus number 4. Terry, what do you think about this game? Is this Reedsville's to lose, really?
Well, I'm going to be honest, and every time you talk to people, and I've told people, Reedsville is one of them teams, and when you play them, their players come out there and they talk to you.
Right.
Before the game ever starts. And I had a coach from one of the schools that played them this year was saying that that they went out there and said before the game started, they were out there talking, saying, before this is over with, I'm going to wear you out. And the game hasn't even started. So they're telling you, and that's the type of team that Reedsville is. They got intimidating. They got enough banners around. They know who they are. They think there's nobody better than them, but I know Shelby is. Shelby's played them a few times, and there's been some good games between those. But anyway, this game tonight, West Stokes 11-3, 16 appearance, a 16-14. going against the number 3 ranked team in 2A, Reedsville, who's a 20-time state champion. This is their 32nd appearance. They are 76-25-1. They've scored 708 points this year, and they've gave up 111. 55 of them 111 come to one team of East Surrey, and they're still playing in the playoffs now. What I think about this is not even going to be close. I think West Oaks, this will be the end of the line. I don't think that you can go to Reedsville and be able to compete with them. I think their defense is very strong again, and I think they're on their way to another 2A state championship. But I've got Reedsville no trouble with this in 42, West Oaks 7.
That's a big match. That's a big win for Reedsville, especially this late. You think it's going to be that high-scoring, one-sided this late in the playoffs?
They're very good.
They're very
and
good.
I just don't, I mean, unless you, and I'll put it like this, unless you are a Shelby or a Kings Mountain, somebody who can put up points.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's too many teams in the state of North Carolina that compete with them. Reedsville might, just like Shelby, people always saying when you're that good, maybe you need to be playing up.
Yeah.
You know, well, that's not how it works, you know, but that I think they're that good, and they could probably play in the 3A bracket.
We'll look now at the 2AA East Regional Championship. We will not talk about the West one until later, but the 2AA East Regional Championship, Randleman, if I'm not mistaken, Randleman also made a deep run in last year's baseball playoffs to play North Lincoln in the state championship game.
They did, and they're very good in baseball.
They're very good in baseball.
But
I
this
covered
year,
that.
football, I don't know. They went and got some athletes because they're number 2A team in the state. And they're 13-0 going against Salisbury 12-2. These are the ones that Salisbury used to be pretty stout a couple years ago, that they made deep runs. But this one right here will be very tough. Randleman playing at home, this is where I'm going to go off the map and take the team on the road. I got a feeling Salisbury's going to pull an upset tonight at Randleman. And Randleman might be better than what I think, but I got Salisbury winning tonight 27-24 over Randleman.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, and I agree with you what you said about Reedsville, too. I think Reedsville's going to destroy West Oaks. But tonight, I think Salisbury is one of those teams that, yeah, they're a 7th seed here in the playoffs, but they are so, I mean, they're very athletic. They are very athletic. And I think they're just going to be too much for Randleman. And I think that will be the key. I think they just go in there and punch you in the mouth. And I'm going to say Salisbury will go to Randleman, and they'll win. I'm going to say it's going to be a 28-14 over Randleman.
Now we'll go to the 3 Single-A East Regional Championship. Southern Nash High School, the 1 seed, will be taking on the 3 seed Eastern Alamance High School. Both 14-0 on the season, so this has got the details of being a great matchup in the East Regional Championship. But Shannon, which one comes out on top is the question.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Southern Nash. Eastern Alamance, I remember it was around that 2005 time frame we were talking a while ago. It was Western Alamance that played Catholic somewhere, maybe it was in 04, you know, and so you look at them, you think, well, it won't be a close game, but they ended up beating them. I think they beat Catholic in the championship game there at Duke. But I think Alamance County, around that Winston-Salem area, very talented. Even go down to Salisbury, Rowan County. That's a very hotbed for football, baseball, and basketball. And I think, and I don't even know where Nash County is. It may be in that line too, but I think Eastern Alamance. I'm picking them to go to pull the upset here, going to beat the number 1 seed, and I'm gonna say in a 24-7. I think they'll go in there and shut them down at Southern Nash.
When I think of Southern Nash, I think of them playing Crest. They have done that a few times. But anyway, these two teams come in there. Southern Nash is the number 4 3A team. Eastern Alamance number 5 3A team in the latest poll, the last one they come out with. But I don't think Eastern Alamance can go into Southern Nash and win. And I'm taking Southern Nash to win tonight 27-14 over Eastern Alamance.
Okay, Calvin, we got somebody?
Yeah, I got Jeff Jones on the line. Jeff, what's it looking like at Shelby?
Well, getting to be a pretty good crowd here. They opened the gates at 5:30, and there was probably 75 people waiting outside to get in at 5 o'clock. So it's going to be a pretty good crowd here tonight, and anybody that's listening and thinking about it, they can still come over here. There's still some seats to be had. I think this might be epic tonight.
Jeff, now we talked about this a little bit before when we were previewing the Burns and Shelby's game. Do you think this is the biggest game in Cleveland County history?
Well, there's been some really big games in Cleveland County history. I can tell you the one thing: there's never been a fourth round game between Cleveland County rivals, and so that makes it huge. That alone, but. We're fortunate. We're so fortunate in Cleveland County. I mean, there have been so many big games that I don't really think you can say this is the biggest one.
Jeff, I want to go back to one thing. I know way back in 1988, these two teams did meet in the playoffs, and Shelby beat Burns 28-0 back then. And, a lot of people keep saying, hey, can Burns play with them? Because the first time they matched up, a pretty tough game, but Shelby ended up winning by 2 touchdowns or more. But what are you expecting out of the game tonight?
Well, I think when you've got a talent like Pryor, people can talk about we're going to try to contain Pryor, and Shelby felt. I think I can't speak for the coaches, but I think Shelby had to feel pretty good about containing him last time, and we contained him for 135 yards.
Yeah.
He had 31 carries for 135 yards. So containing Pryor still is over 100 yards. And I got to go back and watch that game last week when they were playing. Burns was playing at North Lincoln, and I was really impressed with how well North Lincoln did in the first half. They really contained him, and then in the second half, he had 2 huge runs, and that's the thing. So with a guy like Pryor. The coaches are always on edge. So can Burns play with Shelby? Yeah, they can. They beat them last year. Burns whooped Shelby last year, and they whooped them. I mean, it wasn't close. And they've got a lot of the same players that are playing. They're just 1 year removed. So from back in the late Middle Ages when I coached. These are tough games to coach when you're playing a team for the second. That we always hear that old saying, it's hard to beat a team twice. Well, it is. I was doing some research. This is going to be the 20th time Shelby's played a conference foe in the playoffs, and I couldn't believe that. And they're 17-2.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 losses have been against teams that Shelby defeated in the regular season. Way back in '85, the first year I coached, we beat Kings Mountain in the regular season. Then they came to Shelby and they won 7-0. I think was the score. And then 2001, I believe it was, we beat Lincoln 45-31, and then Lincoln rolled up here in the third round and beat us 28-27. So the only 2 times Shelby's lost have been against teams they'd already beaten before. There have been like 5 other times Shelby lost to the team, and they defeated them pretty handily. So it's interesting.
Hey, Jeff, this is Shannon. Looking at Shelby's, since you and Brent, you guys have covered them the whole year. Starting in the playoffs to tonight's game, what has Shelby gotten better at, in your opinion?
They've done a lot better job covering kickoffs. The defense has been strong all year. And they've given up, when you look at statistically, Shelby's given up 14 points a game, 15 points a game. So many of those were fourth quarter, touchdowns given up by the guys that are playing at the end of the game. And, you got a running clock and things like that. Right. I don't know that people have really given Shelby's defense the due that they deserve. Brent and I are always talking about, we feel like Shelby's got a good defense. And of course, that'll be key tonight. But the defense has played even better because they've been giving up about 7 points a game in the playoffs, and they played some good teams, and then the offensive line has just continued to get better. So I'd say those are 3 things they've really improved.
Okay.
Jeff, I got a question. I was there last week with you guys, obviously, for the West Lincoln-Shelby matchup, and I was really impressed with how good Shelby was able to move the ball on the ground. But the question is, do you think they continue to lean on the ground game today, or do we see them air it out a little bit more?
Well, if you go back over the last 8 or 9 years, I think you'll see that Shelby runs the ball a lot more in the playoffs than they do in the regular season. So this kind of sort of goes along the script over the years. I think Shelby wants to run the ball because there's something to be said keeping Pryor on the sidelines because he's always one tiny hole away from taking it the distance and putting up 7. So I would be surprised if they didn't run the ball a good deal tonight. And so I think that maybe Coach Devine, one of the things he's going to try to do is really try to stack the box and make Shelby throw. But you can always say making Shelby throw that may not be what you want to do because they do it so well.
Well, Coach, one thing I don't know whether you just listened to us earlier, but Coach Ponder, the coach at West Lincoln, he's been at Burns and he went to Newton Conover and then he went to West Lincoln. He said this, out of all the teams he's seen, this is the best Shelby teams that he has seen since, back then.
But I wasn't listening to you guys earlier over here, trying to get everything set up at the press box. But that's a great compliment to that coaching staff because there've been some really really good teams. But I would agree this defense has been pretty special this year for sure. But they've done really well, and but then again, so has Burns. And so my whole thing was. I wanted just to tell everybody you want to follow this ball game. This one could really be special, and you get to the 4th round. Just thinking back over 30 years, Shelby has had some epic 4th round games, and there have been several times that when Shelby's been able to win the state championship, that you've been able to look back and say, well, the state championship game was in the Western Finals, and it could be that way again this year. So.
Yeah, Pisgah. That brings back to the Pisgah game. That when you guys went up to Pisgah, that was a great ball game.
Yeah, Pisgah. We a couple of times Forest Hills.
Yeah.
There's been some really knockdown, drag out, games in the 4th. Cummings.
Now don't forget Highbrighton.
We couldn't get over that Cummings crowd, and then they beat us in the finals, and then they'd go win the state championship. And sometimes we'd give them a little harder time than they got there, and then of course Highbrighton.
Yeah.
Highbrighton won the state championship, and then we paid them back last year, and we won the state championship. So 4th round has been some really good ball games, and that's why I hope we can get. I hope people will come on out if they don't want to if they want to see it and be able to be a part of the atmosphere, because that's one of the really nice things about this type of game. There's tremendous atmosphere out there right now. Just outside, you can just feel the electricity in the air. So it's a good thing to see.
All right,
One last thing I want to say is I really hope that the people of Cleveland County have a appreciation not only for the football teams that we've got, but the men that are coaching these teams. You've got 4 really good football coaches, but more importantly, from a life standpoint, you've got 4 good men. You've got 4 really good role models, and that's just the head coaches. But you can go down to assistants and things like that. We've got some really, really good role models that are leading our 4 high schools in football for sure. And those are the kind of men that I'm happy that our children are around. And so I hope that people understand that. And somebody's going to be really disappointed tonight. Shelby or Burns, somebody's going to lose. And I just hope people can keep that in perspective, that it's been a tremendous year for even the team that loses. But this is a tough game to lose, having coached in several of those. This is maybe the toughest game to lose. You lose in the state finals, you're like, okay, we got there. There's nothing. We did what we could do. But when you lose this game and then you don't get to play in that in that final, this may be the toughest one to lose.
Well, Jeff, we want to thank you for calling in and giving us some insight really on what the atmosphere is like out there, and really just giving us some insight on how you think the game is going to go. And I hope that you guys' broadcast goes well.
Well, thank you, and appreciate everything KTC does to get these games out, so people, especially people that are out of state, that aren't around here, they can also follow it as well. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jeff. And with that was Jeff Jones. You can hear him tonight along with Matt Brent. They're going to be doing the Golden Lions. We have a simulcast. You can listen on WOHS 1390 AM, 101.5 FM, or watch on the Shelby Golden Lions YouTube channel. With that, we need to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to finish up some of the other games that are happening tonight in the regional championships, and then we're going to highlight our games that we are covering. We'll be back with Witherspoon Insurance pregame show here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Happy Friday. Clearing skies are in the forecast tonight as low temperatures dip into the mid-30s to 40 degrees. Saturday, we are mostly sunny and dry. High pressure building in with winds out of the northeast. That will cool us off with highs in the upper 40s to mid-50s tomorrow. On Sunday, increasing clouds with a chance of a shower heading into Sunday night. Highs on Sunday in the upper 40s to lower 50s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's
6:37, and the temperature is 48 degrees.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like the Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Gamble's Auto Service at 104 South DeKalb Street at Uptown Shelby is your one-stop service center for repair work on your auto. Locally owned and operated since 1980, they offer light and medium automotive repair on all types of vehicles. Bill Gamble and his friendly staff can do state inspections, minor engine repair work, brakes, air conditioning, and heating service, timing belts, tune-ups, and oil changes, and lubrication. And now Gamble sells new and used tires. Stop by and let Gamble's Auto Service take care of your automotive repairs and servicing. That's Gamble's Auto Service, 104 South DeKalb Street, Uptown Shelby. Call 704-487-5079. This ad is worth money. Mention this radio ad and get cash off at Shelby Hardware. Spend $20, get $5 off. Spend $50, get $10 off. Spend $100 or more and get $20 off. Offer excludes Echo, case knives, sell items, and shop service. Offer ends December 31st. Plus, case knives are now 10% off. So mention this radio ad and save money for Christmas at Shelby Hardware, located at 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby.
Since 1977, Shelby Heating and Air has been serving this area with the finest in Carrier heating and air conditioning products. Turn to the experts. Turn to Carrier and Shelby Heating and Air. Plus, they service all brands and are accredited A+. Visit their website at shelbyheating.com. Just call 704-487-7877 for Shelby Heating and Air, voted best heating and air conditioning in Cleveland County and a member of the Better Business Bureau.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. Members can now get up to 25% off at holidayinexpress.com during our cyber sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
Great gifts for Dad can be found at Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. Come in now and take 10% off select case knives. And while you're there, see how you can rule the outdoors with the new Makita couple shaft system in battery or gas-powered models. You just pick your attachment. Select from a trimmer, a cultivator, a hedger, or an edger. And Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby has everything you need to get your home ready for winter. From foam sealant to faucet protectors to weather stripping. That's Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Airwood Street in Shelby. If you feel like you're having a Mac attack, then buzz on over to Barnett's Beehive Restaurant on Highway 180 North Post Road in Shelby. For over 45 years, the Barnett family has been serving delicious food to Shelby and Cleveland County residents. Over 20 different sandwiches to choose from. And at lunch, select from 2 specials with 7 different meats and 12 different vegetables to choose from, plus their selection of fish too. And breakfast is served all day long. Barnett's Beehive Restaurant, open 8 to 7 Monday through Friday. For orders to go, call 704-482-3746. Do you think something's wrong with your wife? Does she keep bugging you about little things? Does she keep scratching her ears? Does she want to change her hair color? Well, if any of these applies, it's possible she has a bad case of earwigs. That's right, earwigs. Look it up. Earwigs are roach-like creatures with pinchers on their tail end, and they come out in droves this time of the year. If you've got earwigs, call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. Call now for your free inspection at 704-482-2847 and get rid of your earwigs today.
Back here, Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. Hunter Yancey, Terry Reinhardt, Shannon Allen.
You're telling Mitchell's Kitchen. Exactly.
Yeah.
704-276-1155.
I was about to say,
Carol
sorry you
Robin.
caught me with my mouth full.
I got him.
Yeah.
But
Sure
anyway-
did.
But anyway,
Sure
if you have nothing else to do, give them a holler at 704-276-1155. They were packed when I left a while ago. A lot of people over there were calling in, coming in. So, great place to eat in Vail, North Carolina.
All right, so now that I'm
Northbrook area.
back from almost choking on my food trying to hurry up for this, we're good. I also want to make mention the West Lincoln Rebels Cherryville Ironman high school basketball matchup. Listen on WLON WCSL. WLON's 1050 AM, WCSL's 1590 AM, or 107.5 for LON, CSL 92.3 FM. I wanted to say that because they're doing a cool little thing down there tonight for Cherryville. It's at Cherryville. School history 1,000 point scorers are being honored there tonight. So everybody in the school history that has played for the Cherryville Ironman in basketball, they are honoring those that have been able to score 1,000 points in their career.
I had 9.99.
Yeah, Calvin.
darned.
Calvin. But did they at least
Just show
did they at
them.
least
No.
offer did they at least offer for you to
Well,
come
I
in
missed
like
the
an
free throw at
honorary?
the end. I missed a free throw last game.
God, can't miss the freebies.
I know.
Never miss the freebies. Can't be like LeBron.
See
All
what
right.
it cost you.
I had 9.99.
Yeah, it cost you all the glory.
That's
Now
it.
you're just known for the radio
That's right.
station.
That's
I know. I know. That's about it.
But a lot of people appreciate that, though.
Yes,
I'm telling
yeah.
you.
I think that's a little bit more important than the 1,000 points. But that again, that's a cool little thing they're doing tonight for West Lincoln and the Cherryville matchup. Now we're gonna go to we're gonna do these fast so we can go to our games that we're covering tonight. Get a little bit more in depth on those. The 3AA East Regional Championship, Lee County and New Hanover. Terry.
This is one, the number 838. Newton. Listen at me. New Hanover team 13-1 going into Lee County, and I got a feeling New Hanover's going to go there and come out with a victory 24-21 over Lee County.
Yeah, New Hanover, Wilmington area, they're always dominant in sports, and I'll say they win 28-14.
Now here's one that somebody might want to speak a little bit more about, which is fine. 3AA West Regional Championship, Battle of the W's, 1 seed Weddington, 2 seed Watauga. Shannon.
Yeah, I like Watauga's chance coming down here because I've seen Weddington play just in the past, and they run that spread offense, but they do run it occasionally. But Watauga, I think they're just built to power it, and they're going to do whatever they can. They're going to beat you, and they're going to be physical up front. And I think they come down and take the win tonight. I like their chances to go into Weddington, and I'm going to say, especially Coach Lance Ware, his son Reese is playing for Watauga now, so I'm going to say Watauga wins 21 to, let's say 21-14. It'll be close.
I'm going to tell you about this game. Watauga 13-1, Weddington 14-0. Weddington, the number 1 3A team in the state. This is Watauga's 17th appearance. This is Weddington's 17th appearance. Their record for Watauga, 19-16. Record for Weddington, 19-16.
Oh, wow.
So somebody's going to take an advantage here tonight. But I don't think it's going to be Watauga. If you're talking about a team that, hey, Castle, he's going to have to do everything for Watauga. He's done it all year. This will be tough. Weddington's very good. Weddington beat Charlotte Catholic 45-0. And I don't think this will be a problem for them tonight. Weddington 35, Watauga 21.
4A East Regional matchup, Cardinal Gibbons and Scotland County. Terry.
Here's the one that I'm going to take. I'm just going to say Scotland County on the road. Been there, done that year after year after year. Cardinal Gibbons a very good team, though. There's one of the teams that's playing one of our defending champions that they did defeat them. I had to figure it out here in the middle. As a matter of fact, it was Wake Forest. Cardinal Gibbons beat Wake Forest, the 4 AA champions this year. But I think they're going to come up short tonight. Scotland County, 31. Cardinal Givens 27.
Yeah, Givens they're the team that did beat Wake Forest. I think Givens is going to win. I think Scotland will come up and give them a game, but I think Givens will be too strong for them. 35-14, Cardinal Gibbons.
For a West Regional matchup, Grimsley and East Forsyth. Shannon.
Again, that Greensboro, that Tobacco Road right there. You want to talk about it? Grimsley. We talk about them. They're a very athletic school. They're very talented. They're very sports oriented. I think Grimsley is going to be too much for East Forsyth. 28-10 over East Forsyth.
East Forsyth comes in. They're the defending 4A state champions. I don't think Grimsley will have enough for them. East Forsyth will move on to the state championship again. East Forsyth 35, Grimsley 31.
4AA East Regional Championship, Wake Forest High School, not the college, the high school. 1 seed will be facing 2 seed Leesville. Terry.
Terry, all right.
Terry.
Wake Forest, defending 4AA champion, is back in their 20th appearance at 38-16. Again, they're the only team that Cardinal Givens did defeat them earlier in the year, but this will be okay for Wake Forest. I don't think Leesville will have anything for them. Wake Forest 42, Leesville Road 14.
Yeah, I got it 38-7, Wake Forest.
And now the 4AA West Regional Championship, one that you were actually interested in. That's a good thing that we're going to go straight to Shannon on this one. Richmond Senior against Zebulon B. Vance.
Yeah, Vance come in this year. They were the team, again, in Charlotte, Mallard Creek, Myers Park, and then Vance. Those were the top 3 teams. And Vance was the team that came out on top throughout the season. So I think Vance goes down to Richmond County tonight, and I think they pull out the win and pull out the upset. And they've got a swagger about them. So I'm going to say they're going to go win 35-17 over Richmond.
The swagger will be on Richmond's side tonight. Their 42nd appearance, they're 88-33 all time. Vance, their 11th appearance, at 13-11. You got the number 3 against the number 4 ranked teams in the polls. Richmond County 13-0, Vance 11-2, and I'm going with Richmond County tonight. It will be 38-28 over Vance.
All right, now here's the thing. We've done all these games, but there are only 2 games really that people in our area are interested in. And you can listen to them in multiple places. The Kings Mountain Charlotte Catholic game, you got to watch on Kings Mountain's YouTube channel. But it's not going to be just audio. It is going to be video. It's going to be video thanks to Mr. Brinkley. Calvin?
Well, Mr. Brinkley and Ty Tony from Florida America, those 2 guys are splitting the cost tonight, so we want to thank David Brinkley and Ty Tony for that, so appreciate that.
A lot. Thank you very much.
Big thank you.
Speaking of Kings Mountain, I think we got Kevin Hastings on the line down at Charlotte Catholic.
Oh, my. Kevin.
What a good way to come in.
I'm going to call you after the show. You ain't got to tell everybody right now.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
I think. Can y'all hear me? That's the question.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Unfortunately.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm getting set. There we go. What about now? How about that?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Kevin, I don't know if you...
I got you now.
Okay. I got you. I was just going to say, I was getting ready to call you when this was over. You didn't have to call me.
Well, no, I still need to talk to you, but I wanted to talk about this game here, Hunter.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We did not want to talk Redskins football.
No.
Here on the pregame.
Yeah, they have a chance. They have a chance.
They can still win the division.
Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, I'm at Charlotte Catholic High School. Teams right now stretching on the field. We're going to get started up here in about 11 minutes on our show. Had a nice ride down here, folks. Anytime you're coming down for Charlotte traffic, I always plan an extra 30 minutes during rush hour, as Hunter knows.
Yes.
But Kings Mountain right now, 1, 2, 3 of the 4 sections are totally full on the Kings Mountain side. They actually have more fans here than Catholic right now, so Kings Mountain is showing that right now. Both teams look like Catholic has a ton of football players, about 50 to 60 on the roster as well. So we're getting ready for a big night down here. These teams have faced each other the past few years. Everybody down here, it seems like, knows each other. Like, hey, good to see you again, talking to the other announcers and Scott and everybody up here in the press box. But, hey, guys, the setup here is outstanding. We've got internet. Our cameraman's on the roof, dropped down to us. So we got 3 men on the mic. It's going to be a pretty good broadcast, we think, here at Kings Mountain. And hopefully, next Saturday, the Mountaineers will be playing in Raleigh, and then Shelby or Burns, of course, will be playing over in Wake Forest.
Yeah, that's what I think we're all excited for. Here's the question, Kevin, though. Can you tell the size matchup between Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic? Just looking at them on the field stretching, does one seem to favor the other size-wise?
Not really. Kings Mountain's got a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
This Catholic team, the most points they've given up all year, Hunter, is 20 points to Hunter Huss. The two games they got beat in, they only gave up 7 points. So we're kind of talking down the road. It might be first team to 20 tonight, might have the advantage. 25, maybe, might put the nail in the coffin between these two teams. I think Catholic's biggest issue is they're going to have to is dealing with the Kings Mountain on the perimeter. Can they stop the MAC attack? And then what I've been told, what Charlotte Catholic likes to do is they got some big, huge tight ends, and what they'll do is they like to sneak them out into play action after after your safeties have been biting on the run for a bit. So Catholic likes to establish the run and throw some play action passes, use their tight ends, and then for Kings Mountain, they want it to be a track meet out here.
Well, Kevin, as we're sitting here, every time I go back and look at Charlotte Catholic, and I go all the way back to 2010. On this team is 135-15 since 2010. I mean, they don't get beat much, and you have really got to bring an A game to beat them.
Well, I guess the fans are jilted. There's only about 75 people here for Charlotte Catholic right now. I'm serious. The Kings Mountain fans are about to fill up. Really, the only part of the Kings Mountain stands that aren't full is where the band's coming. So they're holding that off. So they're pretty much to the brink right now. I know you guys don't have too much time. I just want to give you some late picks for me and us. I've got I'm gonna pick the homer teams tonight. I'm gonna pick Kings Mountain with the upset, and we're gonna go by 10 points tonight.
Okay.
We're going. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
20-10. Kings Mountain plays a good defensive game tonight and holds Catholic. And then I'm gonna pick the Bulldogs, Shannon, to pull it off in Shelby tonight. They won last year. They lost by 13 this year. Now, here's the key to the Bulldogs if they're going to win. If the Bulldogs have no turnovers tonight, I think the Bulldogs will win. If they have 2 or more, I think it'll be a very, very close game. If they have 2 or more, I think Shelby might pull away. But if the Bulldogs cannot turn it over, I like how they match up with about everybody in the 2A. And I picked this matchup before the season started. I even texted and emailed to some of the guys that had the top 10 polls. Didn't even have the Bulldogs in the top 10. In the 2A, and I had to let everybody know, you guys got to watch this team. So I'm pulling for the Kings Mountain, of course, here. I'm going to pick the Bulldogs with no turnovers, but, they put it on the ground. I think Shelby pulls away, and then they'll be going for their 6th. So you guys have fun tonight. I just want to get that. Y'all got any other thing else out here for us while we're out here?
Hey, you going to get some food while you're out there? Hot dogs? Make sure that you get everything for the Kings Mountain people do?
We have already paid for our hot dogs, if anyone was wondering.
There you
go. Back at the studio. So you guys enjoy y'all's night. Tell Terry, he's got. I don't understand his generation. He's got to get there, Hunter, on time. Right?
I know. I don't understand his generation either. All right, Kevin. Well, y'all have a great broadcast.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. That again was Kevin Hastings.
Right into that one.
Right into that one. We can go ahead and do that. We have a few more minutes left in the show. About 5 minutes. So we'll do Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic. Again, watch that on the Kings Mountain YouTube channel. Big thank you to our video sponsors because you actually get to watch it, not just listen to it. So now let's go ahead and break this down. I was there last year for the Kings Mountain Charlotte Catholic matchup. Again, this is a rematch. They were at Charlotte Catholic last year like they are this year. Fantastic facility. I bet you guys have been there, obviously. It's like I said this, I think, last Saturday. It's what UNC Charlotte is aiming to be. It's almost a college atmosphere, but on a high school campus. So, but Charlotte Catholic has been known for one thing, really, besides being just a great program, that's defense. They are very strong on defense, and if their defense is as strong as it was last year, then Kings Mountain is going to have fits. I'm hopeful, like Kevin is. I've seen Kings Mountain do it. They're very explosive on the offensive side. But Charlotte Catholic ain't no joke, and they're not just strong defensively. They are physical on the defensive side of the ball. Start with Terry. You like to represent a Charlotte Catholic hat in here every now and then. I think you might be pulling for Charlotte Catholic.
Well, Coach Brodowick's the coach down there. They got the same group. They don't make mistakes. They come in here, and I just got through saying since 2010 it's 135.
That's a good Roy Williams. That's a good Roy Williams reference. Dadgum. There you go.
But if you go all the way back to 2000, this team is 247-44. They are 5-time state champion, 4-time runner-up. If you take 9 wins out of 2000, 2001, they're 233-35 since 2003. They don't lose. They never make mistakes. You're going to have to take something from them. Kings Mountain cannot give the ball away. That's the biggest thing here tonight. If you get behind, you're in trouble because Charlotte Catholic's not going to give it back to you. They're going to wear you down and wear your defense down and just move slowly down the field.
Who you got?
But anyway, Charlotte Catholic to win 38-14.
You're crazy. Kings Mountain's going to kick the door in. They've
I
been kicking
hope
the
so.
door in
Man,
the whole
I
playoffs.
hope
They're gonna
so,
go
but
down
I was
there and
there
win.
last year.
Kings Mountain 38, Catholic 17.
You're taking Kings Mountain with the
Taking
win.
Kings Mountain
There
with
you
the
go.
win.
I like to hear that.
They're gonna-
Oh,
Hey, this is JP. I'm sorry.
What? Oh,
I have to
JP.
interject here. I've been friends with Terry for a while now.
Yeah.
But I
You
gotta tell
just
you what,
lost
he's
me.
talking crazy.
Yeah, okay.
I am sorry. I'm
Terry,
going
you
for Kings
made
Mountain now. I
J-
always go for Kings Mountain. I don't care who they play.
There you go. Hey, you made JP go. They think you're so crazy he had to jump on the mic, and he doesn't like to get on the mic.
Anyway, all right.
That's
let's
my
go on.
word. Hey, all I'm going to say is I'm going to root for Kings Mountain. Absolutely. I remember covering them last year. But I know that Charlotte Catholic is no joke, and I agree. I remember them last year with what Kevin said. Great insight. They do like to use those tight ends on that play-action pass. So if you're listening for Kings Mountain and you might be a coach real quick, here's your little insight. Now, I mean, what more can we say? I think this game has been talked about all week, not just on our stations, maybe on anybody else that covers high school football, local radio stations. This has been the talk at every barbershop Monday through today in the mornings. This is a Burns-Shelby matchup. They're talking about this matchup, and they're not even from the county. This is a Cleveland County matchup. Shelby hosting Burns. They've been faced once before this season. Shelby came out on top, but Burns last year had Shelby's number and beat them last year. So right now, if you're just looking at matchup from last year, this year, it's tied up at 1-1. Clean slate. Who wins tonight, though? I'm going to go Shannon.
Yeah, Shelby, I think, wins because, simple fact, they've been playing this way all year. Burns has gotten better in the playoffs, but I think Shelby has just continued to just get better where they were before. And I like what Kevin said. If Burns cannot turn the ball over, they're going to have a shot. But you're still playing a team that, again, Shelby's got 3 dynamic receivers that
Yes.
you've got to be able to guard them. And I know Burns, they're going to shut down 1, but I don't think they can shut down maybe 2. I don't think they can get that 3rd one. And then you have the running backs. It'll be close. It'll be mistakes in the first quarter, I think, from the atmosphere and the excitement of the kids. But I know Noel Kay's listening, and he's a big Burns guy. But I'm sorry, Noel. I just don't think Burns can do it. And I think Shelby wins tonight. And I'm going to say 38-21, and I think they'll pull it out.
Well, I look back and I think that Burns is on the road at Shelby, and then when I look back and they say Shelby's won 36 straight home games. Last time they lost November the 6th in 2015 to Crest. That's a long time. And when you're that dominant, and all I hear coaches saying this team's better than any they've seen, and I'm just going to go straight Shelby. Myself the same way, but I've got 35-21 over Burns.
I've seen both of them play in person. I've seen Burns a few more times than Shelby. So I saw Shelby last week against West Lincoln. And I'm just going to say this. They're very balanced. If they want to throw the ball, they can throw the ball. But I was very impressed with the 2 running back system that they run there. They got a speed back, and they got a little bit of a stronger back that they just want to run downhill. And this is what impresses me the most about those 2 running backs. They know how to use them. They know to hit the speed back on the edge. They know to power it down the middle with their bigger back. So the coaching staff there does a great job with their offense. Burns, though, I know a lot of people wants to talk about Keywan Pryor, but, Sweezy's not something to sneeze at the quarterback position. He can run the read, but he also's got a pretty good arm. Degree's great slot receiver for him. So the offensive side of the ball, I think they're doing a great job as well. I think I can agree with what Kevin kind of alluded to, and I think this game's going to come down to turnovers. I think it's going to come down to turnovers. I think it's going to be a 1-score game. It's not going to surprise me if Shelby wins, but just to see the dynasty stop, I'm sorry. I'm going to take Burns to win this game. That's more of a heart pick than a head pick. I'm going to take Burns to win this ball game, 28-21. Burns over Shelby. You heard it here, folks. They wouldn't tune in if you didn't give them hot takes, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the hottest of takes today. And with that, that's going to bring a close to our last for the season. We'll have it again next year, but our last for the season.
Enjoy
Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. It's been fun, guys.
Absolutely.
It's been really fun. I know we'll see each other more and more just as we do our other broadcasts throughout the sports season.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll have one more, but it'll be next Saturday morning.
Oh. There you go.
We're going to combine the Witherspoon Insurance pregame show and the Saturday morning sports talk
There
before
we
the state
go.
championship
There you go.
games
There we
next
go.
week. So actually, it won't be Friday night, but it'll
There.
be next Saturday morning
Okay.
from 8 to 10.
So it won't be a Friday night. It'll be a Saturday morning. But this is our last Friday night. And it's been fun. Want to say a big thank you once again. Mitchum's Kitchen, Northbrook's finest in food. You know, you caught me, Terry, chewing on it but when we came back from one of our breaks. About had me choke on live air. But go up there, tell Carol and Robin Mitchum, guys at KTC Broadcasting sent you. Absolutely have great food. And, hey, enjoy round 4 of the state playoffs. You've been listening to KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Since 1977, Shelby Heating and Air has been serving this area with the finest in Carrier heating and air conditioning products. Turn to the experts. Turn to Carrier and Shelby Heating and Air. Plus, they service all brands and are accredited A+. Visit their website at shelbyheating.com. Just call 704-487-7877 for Shelby Heating and Air, voted best heating and air conditioning in Cleveland County and a member of the Better Business Bureau.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. Members can now get up to 25% off at holidayinexpress.com during our cyber sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
If you're in a bang-up, you want your car fixed and back on the road as soon as possible. That's the time to see Johnny Lewis at In-N-Out Auto Paint and Body Repair. They do free estimates, and they handle all types of insurance claims. And right now, bumpers start at only $200. And they